What's up guys, it is NitroLukeDX here and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below of your next video idea. We might pick it. Most importantly, enjoy the video and see you in the next one.
In the previous episode.
There were these toys in your house. Yes, there were.
I need to call the Goblin King and tell him all about the toys. I call on my army, my dragons, my trolls. Prepare for war. Go out and kill those incessive toys.
Once there was a farmer who was poor, but who had just found a wonderful fork looking aimlessly for an invisible dog. What are the odds, hey?
Slinky! Slinky, where are you? Oh, have any of you seen an invisible dog? He has a green collar. Wait, no, you probably haven't seen him. He is invisible. Excuse me, have you seen my invisible dog?
No, I haven't seen any type of dog, but you're a very interesting fork. How's about you come with me? I've got to talk to the king anyway. Come on, this way.
Hey, why would you hook me? Get off of me!
Oh, it's just to make sure you don't run away, my love. Don't worry.
Slinky, where are you? Slinky, hey, can somebody help?
La
Hey,
la 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 la.
stop looking the other way.
Have you ever been used to farm a field?
What? Why would I have done that?
Oh, well, you're a fork, you know, it could be quite useful.
Useful? Look, I'm probably the most useless person you'll ever meet.
Come on, just around here now.
We've been walking for ages.
We only
Why
had to
won't
walk
it
over a
stop?
bridge. God.
Why won't it stop?
Right, you stay here, Pumpernickel. That's the name of my horse. Isn't she lovely?
I didn't want to know that. Look, can we just go? I don't want to be with you anymore.
Come on, fork.
Ow, ow,
The
it
king will find you
hurts.
really interesting. I can
I
promise
hate
you that.
hooks. Why hooks? Would he save me?
Stop! You may not enter the kingdom without our permission.
He kidnapped me. Guys, tell him, let me go.
Oh, don't you worry. This is just a gift for the king.
Very well, proceed.
Oh, I can't believe they believed you. I've got a fork on me.
Now, it happened that he had to go and speak to the king. In order to make himself appear important, he said to the king, "Oh, your majesty, I have a fork. You can spin straw in gold."
That is an art which pleases me most well. If your fork is as clever as you say, bring him tomorrow to my palace, and I will put him to the test.
Right you are, your majesty. That's absolutely fine. We'll just be out of here. We'll be out of your way.
Go get me another cup of tea.
And when the fork was brought to him, he took him into a room which was quite full of straw, gave him a spinning wheel and a reel, and said,
Now set to work, and if by tomorrow morning early you have not spun this straw into gold during the night, you must die.
Thereupon, he himself locked up the room and left Forky in it alone. So there sat the poor farmer's fork, and for the life of him could not tell what to do. He had no idea how straw could be spun into gold, and he grew more and more frightened until at last he began to weep. But all at once, the window was smashed, and in came a little man and said, "Hey, good evening, farmer's fork. Hey, why are you crying so?"
Alas,
answered the fork.
I have to spin straw into gold, and I don't know how to do it.
"Hey, what will you give me?" said the little man, "if I do it for you?"
My bow tie?
The little man took the bow tie and seated himself in front of the wheel. Whir and whir and whir 3 turns, and the reel was full. He then put on another, and whir, whir, whir 3 times round, and the second was full too.
Some of my friends, they call me Ed Sheeran back home. Yeah, I'm in love with the shape of you. Do you know that song?
No, it's
Oh.
horrible.
And so it went on until the morning, when all the straw was spun, and all the reels were full of gold. By daybreak, the king was already there, and when he saw the gold, he was astonished and delighted.
Bessie, I thought I'd find her up here. What? You made lots of gold for me. Oh, thank you so much, Forky. But I'm not done with you yet. Oh, why? No more hooks. Please, no more hooks. Come on, follow me. I'll lead the way.
He had the farmer's fork taken into another room full of straw, which was much larger, and commanded him to spin it in one night if he valued his life. The fork knew not how to help himself and was crying.
I've got plenty more that need spinning. Don't think that you're off the hook that easily. You're my gift. Oh, but I don't like you. I still haven't found my dog or my friends.
Good evening, fork.
What are you doing back here?
You needing some more assistance?
I haven't got anything to give to you. I've literally given you everything. My mixtape. That was my favorite thing.
The little man took the mixtape and again began to turn the wheel, and by morning had spun all the straw into glittering gold. The king rejoiced beyond measure at the sight, but still he had not enough gold. And he had the farmer's fork taken into a larger room. And he had the farmer's fork taken into an even larger room full of straw, and said,
You must spin this too, in the course of this night. But if you succeed, you shall be my fork next to my knife.
Even if he be a farmer's fork, thought he, I could not find a better fork in the whole world. When Forky was alone, the little man came again for the third time and said, What will ye give me if I spin the straw for you this time also?
I have nothing left that I could give you.
Aye. Then promise me, if you should become the king's fork, to give me your first fork child.
Who knows whether that'll even happen?
And, not knowing how else to help himself in this strait, he promised the wee man what he wanted, and for that, he once more spun the straw into gold. So then, fork, I've done you a favour. Remember what you owe me.
Oh, who knows? I might even not have a child. I don't really want one. Could you imagine another me?
And when the king came in the morning and found all as he had wished, he took the fork to be his utensil.
Oh my goodness! Gold! Bessie, we're rich, love! Forky, you are now my fork.
And so Forky became the king's fork. 3 days later, he brought a beautiful little fork into the world, for that is how forks work. And he never gave a thought to the wee little man. But suddenly, he came into the room and said, Aye, now give me what ye promised me. Forky was horror-struck and offered the wee little man all the riches of the kingdom, if he would leave the Forky child alone. Ah, baby fork is dearer to me than all the treasures in the world. Forky began to cry, so the little man pitied him. I will give ye 3 days. And if by that time you find out my name, you shall keep your fork child. So, Forky thought through the whole night of all the names he had ever heard, and he sent a messenger over the country to inquire, far and wide, for any other names that there might be. When the little man came the next day, he began with Bumpkin, Boot Whistle, Upwhoop, and said all these names he knew, one after the other. Strange, I thought they were all about bottoms, but to Forky, the little man said, That is not my name.
I've not been able to find a single new name, but as I came to a high mountain at the end of the New Forest, where the fox and the hare bid each other good night, there I saw a little house, and before the house a fire was burning, and round about the fire quite a ridiculous little man was jumping. He hopped upon one leg and shouted, Today I bake, tomorrow bean brew. 40 pence I have. The next I'll have that Forky child, isn't it wild? Glad am I that no one knew that I smell of poo. That Rumpelstiltskin is my name.
You may have imagined how glad Forky was when he heard the name, and when soon afterwards the little man came in and asked,
Is your name Stinky Butthole?
No,
Is your name a hairy butthole?
that is not my name.
Perhaps your name is Rumpelstiltskin.
No, No, the devil has told you that! The devil has told you that! The king re-entered the room and asked what all the noise was about.
Right, that's it. I'm off. I don't want to be your Forky king. I am off to find my friends.
And so Forky left the castle and made his way to find his friends, who he had been separated from for several days. Oh, that's a shame. Good thing I have another son, isn't it? Yeah, combine harvester. If you want a brand new combine harvester, I'll give you the key. Funny.